The city of Kentwood is asking for the community's help in fighting off invasive vines that are growing in the area.
Yeah, it's an issue that's plagued places like Cascade Township and Ada for the past few years now. Fox 17's Marisa Oberle has a closer look.
Kentwood Mayor Stephen Kepley calls it a growing issue.
It's pretty extensive here.
Vines wrapping around and hanging from trees, impacting the city's ecosystem.
To see this vine overtaking trees is just devastating.
Kepley says he first noticed them while walking at Northeast Park with his wife last year. Since then, the city has identified invasive vines like Oriental Bittersweet and Wild Grape at 7 local parks and trails, even on a neighborhood street.
Walking the Paul Henry Trail, you see it on the edges. Having walked Covenant Park, you see it especially around Plaster Creek.
And while the Department of Public Works maintains those areas, Kepley says the vines grow too fast for them to handle it alone.
This is just too big for a small staff to handle.
Which is why the city is now partnering with the Kent Conservation District, offering sessions this week that train community members on how to identify and control the harmful weeds.
If we can create a volunteer group to go out and as they're walking their dogs, or that they can do a little bit at a time, I think we can knock this out in years to come.
If left untreated, conservationists say the vines can damage a tree, covering its foliage, preventing sunlight, and impacting the nutrients it receives. Vines also pose a safety issue and can impact property values.
We want to make sure we protect, the biodiversity in these parks.
Schulte says it's best to identify vines in the leaf stage, and while what that looks like varies, treatment involves cutting them, then removing the vine's root system.
If we don't do something now, then what are these parks going to look like, especially for us later in life and for our kids and maybe even for our grandkids? We got to do this.
In Kentwood, Marisa Oberle, Fox 17.